Ladies and gentlemen, the wrangles that were recently witnessed at Nairobi Central SDA Church Maxwell have spiraled to other churches, and they have spiraled out of control in those churches. As I speak today, or rather now, 3 SDA churches, 2 in Nairobi and 1 in Meru, have ditched Central Kenya Conference and joined the newly formed Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference. The first church to ditch Central Kenya Conference was Mountain View SDA Church in Kangemi. The second to follow suit was Makandi SDA Church in Meru, and 3 days ago, KPCU Church Molem of Kangundo Road ditched Central Kenya Conference and joined Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference. A few weeks ago in this channel, I did a detailed analysis of what was happening at Nairobi Central SDA Church. Some people accused me that I was working for this newly formed body, but I can tell you for sure that this newly formed body is not recognized by any SDA structure anywhere. So before we dig deeper, let me just explain to you the SDA Church organization structure in Kenya for you and I to understand one another better. SDA Church in Kenya has been divided into 2 administrative structures. The first administrative structure of SDA Church in Kenya is West Kenya Union Conference, headquartered at Kisumu. The second administrative structure of SDA Church in Kenya is East Kenya Union Conference, headquartered at Nairobi. So, ladies and gentlemen, these wrangles are all happening in East Kenya Union Conference, and specifically Central Kenya Conference. Central Kenya Conference is the biggest union in terms of membership and contribution in East Kenya Union Conference. East Kenya Union Conference, there are 4 conferences. We have Nyamira Conference, we have Central Rift Valley Conference, we have Central Kenya Conference, and we have Kenya South Conference, and 2 fields, Southeast Kenya Field and Coast Kenya Field. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's narrow down to Central Kenya Conference, because this is the melting point of these wrangles. Central Kenya Conference has over 1,000 SDA churches in it. The biggest church in terms of membership and tithe contribution is Nairobi Central SDA Church. And when Nairobi Central SDA Church coughs, Central Kenya Conference coughs and feels the pain. Recently, some elders at Nairobi Central SDA Church, led by Sami Masara, were expelled from Nairobi Central SDA Church. Upon their expulsion, it never took long, and Mountain View SDA Church in Kangemi ditched Central Kenya Conference and joined the newly formed Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference. The second to follow was Makandi SDA Church in Meru. They ditched Central Kenya Conference and joined the newly formed Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference. The new entrant into Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference the new entrance is KPCU SDA Church Molem of Kangundo Road. So in total, in a span of roughly about 2 months, 3 churches have ditched Central Kenya Conference and joined Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, you must know this. Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference is a body that was formed after the disputed election at the Central Kenya Conference head office. The members that formed Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference felt that election at the head office at Nairobi Central Kenya Conference was rigged in favor of a few. They even went ahead to state that churches in central Kenya were divided into smaller units in order to increase the number of delegates who were voting to elect officials at Central Kenya Conference election. They even went further to state that a station, for example, like Nairobi Central SDA Church, has a very big membership, but the head office cannot split these stations within Nairobi area in order to increase the number of delegates to vote in any election to elect official at Central Kenya Conference. I don't know whether we are understanding one another there. So this group, after that election, they formed Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference. Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference was formed by a group of elders that were expelled from Nairobi Central SDA Church. One elder is Sami Masara. He's the head of this group. Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference is being run by 3 directors, and it's registered, interestingly, as a private company. That's where there is a question mark, but we'll discuss that later. It's registered as a private limited company with the 3 directors, Masara being one of the directors, and a 25-member caretaker committee. It's, as I speak, Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference is housed at Maendeleo House, 2nd floor, Loiter Street in Nairobi. Its immediate mission is that they want to recruit SDA church members and churches within Nairobi and Kajiado Station. That's their immediate missions. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. From all these wrangles, you can see clearly that it has now moved from ethnic to now is more of administrative. Nairobi Central Kenya Conference and Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference are now fighting for church membership and churches to join their bodies. And currently, I can just say that that Central Kenya Conference is feeling the weight. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, if you love this video, give it a like, but stay tuned by subscribing to this channel, for I'm working on a detailed analysis of this thing called Nairobi Cosmopolitan Conference. So stay tuned by subscribing to this channel so that when I release this video, you get it real time. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and may God be with you all. Thank you.